Hello everybody and welcome back to another lockpicking video. And today we are having a look at this really beautiful lock. It is very difficult to pick, but yeah, we're going to try anyhow today. It is from ASSA, the Twin 6000, and yeah, it has two locking mechanisms and it's ranked as a black belt lock in the LPU belt system, so quite complicated. You can see main pins down here, and we have nice ups and downs on the key. But then you see the sneaky engraving here on the key, and this goes onto the finger pins you can see on the side. And since this lock is so complicated, let's take it apart, have a closer look on the internals before we get picking, and then hopefully we get it open. So see you back in a second. So now I have the lock disassembled to give you a quick breakdown before we start picking it. And what you can see is two locking mechanisms. So here you see the main stack with the 6 chambers, 6 standard key pins and 6 gin head drivers. That means they have a spooled part at the top with a very sharp edge. And I will show you how they interact with the milling in a second. And up here you see the sidebar at the top here and the finger pins or sidebar pins that go along with it. And I will give you a close-up of one of these because here it's still a bit shaky, I think. Maybe they don't start dropping, but what you see basically is you have 2 false gate, then a true gate, and then 2 false gates again. And only when the true gate is aligned with the sidebar up here at the right position, then the sidebar can fall into the housing. Let me put one of these in actually and show you. So they go in like here. They are all identically. The coding is done by the sidebar, depending on where it has it cut. And yeah, if you look on it, like this, and if we insert the key, you will see the true gate here goes to the very bottom, and that means that the cutout here on the sidebar is on the bottom if we insert it like this. And only then if all 5 of these are at the right position, then the sidebar can retract from its slot here and give room for the core to turn. But we don't start picking there. We start with the main stack, and let me just grab number 4 here. So one of these gin head drivers, and we have milling in all chambers except number 3. Here it's smooth. But if we, for example, put the driver in chamber 4, you can see how it grabs onto the core and it really gets stuck in here. So you need to manually counter rotate the core and push then with your pick once you have it counter rotated. But there's still the sidebar. So what I do when picking this lock is I'll pick all 6 pins in the main stack to their milling or to shear, probably to milling first, depends, that's a bit luck, but usually they get stuck in the milling. And then I can pick the sidebar, this will then bind, and then I can pick the sidebar completely and then go back to the main stack and pick each one out of the milling to shear line, and hopefully the lock will open. For picking, I like to use a very steep profile like this one, and I will start out with a very thin one in 0.4 millimeters, the FO4, and then to pick them out of the milling I will use the thicker one in 0.5 millimeters, just to have a little bit more power. And for the sidebar, I will use a straight flex, the G Pro 6, which works very nicely. And what you can do is actually just go in here and you can feel for binding pins on the sidebar and jiggle on them. If they are jiggling too much, they are not binding. If they are stiff, they are binding. So pick them while releasing a bit of tension. And once they are set, they will have a very small set bounce that you can really feel. It really feels different to a bound pin. Yeah, so that's how easy it should be. Let's get it in a vise and see how it turns out. See you back in a second. Oh, one more thing before we go into the vise. I already mentioned that you need to manually counter rotate with these gins to get them out of the milling. And for that you need very good core control. And additionally the sidebar here gives you a bit of spring tension. So if I don't have a perfect tension in here, it just pops back and I lose all the pins. So it's really important that you find something that sticks really tight in here, or use two tensioners, which some people also prefer. Yeah, just one more side note, but now off to the vise. See you back in a second. So here we are back in the vise. Works just fine with the key. And let's squeeze our tensioners in and start picking with this thin profile here. Pin 6. Good click. Pin 4. Good click. Good click on 1, 2 binding, and we have a small core movement. So hopefully now the sidebar is binding, and here it is. Good click on 1, still binding. Okay, set. Click on 2. Let's leave it alone for now. 3, binding tightly. Okay, nothing's binding anymore on the sidebar. So what's going on? Now it's binding again, here on 4. Two's binding now. Five is binding. Four is binding still. Two again. 5. Okay, feels okay. Let's take the 0.5 millimeter steep hook. Good, click on one. Good, click on 3, and we got some more core movement. Force binding, as if it was in the milling. Okay, I think I got it. Same with 5. Okay, got it. Six now. Again on 6. Let's check again with the thinner pick. Still 6. Damn it. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Nice. We are open. What a relief. Okay. Nice. Now don't screw up the gutting. I will fast forward this bit. So, yeah, welcome back from Fast Forward. Just for completeness that I didn't mess with this lock, it's all here. You saw the gins popping up in the right direction. This is what the core looks like. Let me show you the milling once again. Smooth in chamber 3. and the others are all milled in both orientations and work really nice. Let me show you the sidebar. Looks like this, so not manipulated or so. And here are the pins. Oh. Yeah, you saw them before in detail. Just wanted to show you again that I did not mess with the lock or anything. Yeah, as you should do as a good lock picker, right? Do it all in one take, no questions, all good. So everything's here, and yeah, I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about these ASSA style locks. And yeah, just leave a comment. I'm always happy to hear from you. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. Really helps me out. And hope to see you in the next video. Yeah, give a thumbs up, and I wish you all the best. Bye.